Hi, I'm Madeline from Sheen Slings, and today I'm talking about woven wrap sizes, what they mean and how you work out what size you need. Well, woven wraps are made in sizes from a size 1 to 9, and this refers to how long they are. A size 1 is approximately 2.2 metres in length, and then each size is half a metre longer. So if I show you on my tape, there, each size goes up by half a metre. So a size 2 is 2.7, and a size 3 is 3.2, and a size 4, etc, 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 all the way up to a size 9. This is a size 6, which is the most common size, and that is 4.7 metres in length. So how do you work out which size you need? Well, what size you need is going to depend on two things. First and foremost, what you want to do with it. What you want to do with it is going to make the biggest determinant on how much fabric you actually need. The second one is your body size. So we'll deal with that one first, because that one's the easiest conceptually to get your head around. And in order to work out what size you need for your body, you need to work out your base size. Now, this sounds a bit random, and it kind of is really, but your base size is defined as the size wrap you need to comfortably tie off a front wrap cross carry. And really the only way to determine this is to give it a go and to try tying off a front wrap cross carry. There are other ways, but that's the best way really, is to give it a go. It doesn't mean you have to do the front wrap cross carry, but it can, once you know what you need for this wrap, it's very easy to then work out what you need for anything else you want to do. So this particular wrap is a size 6, and this is my base size. And as I'll tie off, I will show you why it is my base size. So as I said, it's the size you need to comfortably tie this off. And so I'm going to tighten this up, and then I'm going to tie. And by that I mean it's the size where I have enough length to get a comfortable knot. There we go. I've got enough length to get a comfortable knot. I'm not tying right in the ends. I'm not finding it tricky or difficult to tie that knot because it's too short. Equally, I haven't got so much material that I'm pulling through the knot that I'm coping with loads. So as you can see, a size 6 is about perfect for me. I've got a little bit of tail on each end, but I don't have loads. Also means because I've got a bit of tail, I've also got a bit of growing space. So as my baby gets bigger, I've got a little bit of space. I generally find between a teeny tiny newborn and a older toddler, there's about half a wrap size in it. Just because you need that little bit of extra material to come around their body. It's not actually loads, because even with a toddler, they're still not going to come out really far from you. But you do need about half a size more. So if you were trying this with a tiny newborn, you'd want to make sure you've got a bit of extra fabric for them to grow into, so that, you know, by the time they're a big toddler, you can still just about manage to get a knot. So as I said, this is my base size, but and I am somewhere between a size 14 and a size 16. I tend to bounce between the two. And I am 170 centimetres tall, so 5'7". And I, as you can see, am a size 6. This is a very, very, very rough guide, but a very, very rough guide. If you are very petite, if you are sort of a dress size 10 or below, you'll probably find your base size is a size 5. If you are a more average build, so somewhere between 10, 12 through to 14, 16 like me, you will probably find that your base size is a size 6. If you are on the fluffier side, so your dress size 16 or over, then you'll probably find you're more comfortable with a base size 7. And definitely when I have been between a size 16 and a size 18 in the past, I have found that I would be tying a 6 just in my tippy tails, which actually I don't have a problem with, and I have a bit more of a comfortable knot with a size 7. And then if you are bigger still, if you're more plus size, dress size 20 or beyond, then you may find you're more comfortable with an 8. And I say this is rough, and it really is rough, because I have seen it where there are two people that are identical dress size, look really similar in height and build, and they need different sizes. Some people are just more confident getting a knot out of less, and some people just feel like they want a little bit more to tie that knot and really feel comfortable. And there is a good level of personal preference in that. Some people will always use a longer wrap because they like to have long drapey tails, and some people will always use the shortest wrap possible because they don't want to have extra fabric. So it really is important, if you haven't tried a wrap before, to try one before you buy it, so that you don't have buyer's remorse for getting the wrong size. Just try, rent one out, go to your local sling library, try one on and get an idea. It's really the best way to work out what your base size is. And if you're struggling to find one, I do postal hires. You can always get in contact with me below, and I can help you work out at least where to start and what to try first. So that's body size. Now on to what you want to do with it. And as I said, this has more of an impact on what size you will need than your body size, because there are carries that you can do with any size wrap. It doesn't, just because you're a certain size doesn't mean you can't ever use one of the other size wraps. You can use a shorter wrap or a longer wrap, whatever you want to do. So how do you know what size you need for what you want to do? Well, so I'm in front wrap cross carry at the moment, and as you can see, this carry goes 3 times around me and baby. So 1, 2, 3, 3 times around me and baby. And any carry that goes 3 times around will need a long wrap, so we'll need your base size. So front wrap cross carry, double hammock, many of the secure back carries, like back wrap cross carry, will all need a long woven wrap. And the advantage of a long woven wrap and these carries that go 3 times around you is they are very secure, they are very supportive, and they're very forgiving of the beginner. And that's as I said, it's no coincidence that this is the one that is taught most frequently to beginners, because it is forgiving, because it is secure, because it is supportive, and because if I don't get it all quite perfect, the layers make up for each other, and it doesn't matter. When you come to wrapping with shorter wraps, you just need a little bit more precision. So this is, as I said, a 3-layer carry, and it's great if I want that security. But if I am prone to feeling hot, or I want something that's very light, that folds down small, I might choose to use a shorter wrap. And I might choose to do something that goes just 2 times around my body, or something like this. Like if I had a much shorter wrap, I could literally tie my front wrap cross carry straight under the bum. And this I could do with a medium length wrap. So you can see I've now got huge tails. I could do this with a size, so a base -2. I could go down 2 wrap sizes to do this. So for me, that would be a size 4. Or if I could do a 2-layer carry in a different way, I could bring this down under my arm and spread it out and turn it up. And again, I could do it in a base -2. And there are many 2-layer carries. There are the 2 I'm showing right now, but there are also hip carries like the Robbins carry, back carries like the Simple Ruck. And the advantage of things like this is you can use less fabric, so you have less fabric to carry around when you're not carrying baby. You can have less fabric to make you feel hot. You have and you have less fabric to deal with. So there are many reasons people choose to do with a 2-layer carry. Like if you're learning to back carry a wriggly toddler, having less fabric to deal with as you're carrying them can be a huge advantage. And then of course there are short carries too. So we've done 2 layers, but we could also just have 1 layer around baby. We could do a pouch like a simple slip knot hip carry, or a classic hip carry, or we could just do a ruck tied straight under bum, where there's literally we just go once around our body and baby's body. And then for that, I can go down a whole 2 sizes again. So I can go all the way down to a base -4 to a size 2 wrap to do that. And you may choose to do that if you want to have something that's much smaller and much lighter. yeah, so how would you work that out if you wanted to work out what size you needed? Well, if I go back to here so we can see easily, if I go back to here, so if I wanted to do something like a kangaroo or a short front wrap cross carry like I am doing right now, I could, and I only had a longer wrap to try, I could tie it off and then I could measure the ends. So I'm going to grab my tape again and I can measure how much I've got at the end, and I can see that I've got over 1/2 meter on this side and over 1/2 meter on this side too. So as I've got over 1/2 meter on both sides, that means I can go a whole meter down. So as I was saying, I can go down a whole 2 sizes, and then that would leave me with decent size tails. And in that way, I can figure out literally what I would need for anything by simply trying it. But also when you're following tutorials online, they will usually give you a suggested size, and you can work that out relative to your base. So they would usually say, for this is classed as a base minus 2 carry. So you could say, okay, my base is a size 6, so it requires a size 4. If you have any questions about woven wrap sizes or anything to do with baby carrying, please feel free to pop your questions in the comments below, and please do like, subscribe, etc. I hope that's been helpful. Bye bye.